17 News is your local election headquarters, and tonight we take an in-depth look into the U.S. Senate race to replace the retiring Dianne Feinstein. The three top contenders vying for her seat, Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, and Barbara Lee, will join us for an Inside California Politics special one-hour report in 1 hour from right now. 17's Capitol Correspondent Eytan Wallace has a preview.
Adam Schiff, Katie Porter,
Hi, nice to meet you.
and Barbara Lee.
It's a pleasure.
All three major Democratic candidates hitting the campaign trail, vying to win the Senate seat long held by the retiring Dianne Feinstein.
Inside California Politics went one-on-one with three of the leading candidates.
This evening, all three candidates will speak exclusively with Inside California Politics co-hosts Nikki Lorenzo and Frank Buckley, now just over 8 months until the March primary.
At the end of the day, I think voters will decide what's most important to them is having someone in the Senate who can get things done for them.
In recent years, Schiff received a lot of attention as lead prosecutor during the first impeachment trial of former President Donald J. Trump. But beyond that, the Burbank Democrat stresses his 2+ decades in the House of Representatives will allow him to hit the ground running if elected to the U.S. Senate.
I'm proud to have brought millions back to California for finding shelter for homeless people and to attack the fentanyl addiction problem. You know, these are the kind of concrete legislative successes that distinguish me among this field.
A field that's neck and neck. This Inside California Politics Emerson College poll from earlier this month showed Schiff and Porter virtually tied. Porter telling Frank her candidacy reflects a new generation.
What is a distinction they should consider?
I'm different because I haven't been in Washington in a long time. I'm relatively new. I entered politics in 2018, and so I do Congress a little bit differently.
That, she says, includes using what she describes as her famous whiteboard of justice, used to take on corporations she argues need to answer tough questions and face more oversight, a belief she takes with her on the campaign trail.
I don't take corporate PAC money, and I never have. That's a big difference between me and the other two candidates. So I think I've really led by example in trying to clean up government.
But it's Lee who says she's the one who can best shake up government. She argues in some ways she's already done it, pointing to her long progressive tenure in Congress, including her record as the only Congress member after 9/11 to vote against military force in Afghanistan, something she says proves she's an independent thinker ready for today's political climate.
I think people can look at my record and say, wait a minute, you know, her experience means something.
But she says it's her lived experience as a black woman that's badly needed in a Senate that, as of today, has 0 black women.
Why is your voice needed, and how will you represent all Californians, not just members of the black community?
That's how black women are. We fight for everyone, and not to have the lens and the perspective of black women in the Senate, it's a shame and disgrace.
And important to note, there are a dozen certified candidates running for this seat from both sides of the aisle. But to qualify for this evening's Inside California Politics special, well, the candidates needed to have at least 5% support in the recent ICP Emerson College poll. And as for this evening, well, what you just saw now in that report is just a sneak peek of what you can expect in tonight's special. The candidates also weigh in on key issues facing the state and whether they think Senator Dianne Feinstein should resign now. Reporting from Sacramento, Eytan Wallace, 17 News.